At Premier Chiropractic of Southlake, Dr. Ryan Price provides treatment for athletes and individuals of all ages and skill levels. As a certified chiropractic sports practitioner and active release technique provider, Dr. Price understands the importance of injury prevention and treatment to keep Dragon families active. Appointments are available Monday through Saturday. We accept most health insurance plans. For maximum health and performance, visit the doctor that was voted best chiropractor in Colleyville, Southlake, and Grapevine. Dr. Ryan Price at Premier Chiropractic of Southlake.
Go
Again, the Dragons win it tonight, 31-24 in overtime. Now time to visit with our defensive player of the game, and that is junior linebacker Will Davis, who had some ferocious hits as the Dragon D coming up with some big stops late in the ballgame. Will, congratulations on the win. Tell us how big that one was, especially coming off the heels of what you guys did last week.
I mean, it was just a big win, especially coming off last week. I mean, we just carried that last win from last week against LD Bell into this week, kept practicing hard, and it just worked out the way we planned it to be.
That offense proved to be a challenge at points in the second and third quarter. They seemed to have no difficulty moving the ball, and yet when it mattered, you guys really dug deep and put the clamps down on them. Can you talk a little bit about what turned the momentum in the favor of the Dragon D?
I mean, our defense just really steps up when the pressure's on, and I'm really proud of that. I mean, that's one of the things we're proud about.
One of the things that's an issue for teams playing Berkner, and we know this from watching them and talking to their coach, is the preparation angle. They're one of the few teams that runs as much option as they do, and yet there were times where you guys looked very effective stopping it. I'm wondering if seeing Copperas Cove, another team that liked to run it a lot and showed an option look, did that help you guys with the preparation for this week?
I mean, definitely. Against Cove, we were a little weak on the option, but that was one of the main points in practice this week, just option, 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 option. So, I mean, we did really well, and I was proud of the defense for that too.
What was the defense's emotion overall as a unit after that Cove game? Were you embarrassed? Were you angry? What was the feeling coming out of that, and how did that translate into the next two games where you guys, frankly, have had a lot more success?
I think it really it was embarrassing for our defense to just go out there and get 35 points scored on us, because that never happens. And that just motivated us throughout these 2 weeks and so far through the season.
Now, this is a relatively new Dragon defensive unit. Not a lot of guys that played major minutes last year, but you're one who saw the field. How much more comfortable are you this year, and how do you think the defense is adjusting to Coach Wasson's 3-4 scheme?
Oh, I think we're adjusting very well, and definitely being on this year as a junior, I have a lot more experience. I know the game better. I mean, it's just all around better situation for me.
What does the confidence feel right now of the defense? Again, not to go back to that first game, but starting from that to where you are now, do you feel a growth? Hal's always talking about it's a building process and things like that. Do you feel that too, as from the player perspective?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the first game we were inexperienced as a whole, and after that first game, I mean, we all said to ourselves, okay, we're experienced now. Let's get on with it.
Talk about that hard hit you had on Lewis. It was when you caught him over the middle, the old-time saying, a decleater, but tell us what you saw and what you did.
I mean, I just saw that quarterback roll out, and I looked to my right, and I saw him coming across the middle, and I knew that's where he was going to throw it, and I just hit him. I didn't even.
Now let's talk a little about the final play of the game. They've got fourth down. They're within range where they can maybe run the ball. They'd had good luck with the zone read all night, or they could do what they did and try to throw the ball to Edmonds in the end zone. What was the mood in the defensive huddle before the snap? Talk us through that play and tell us what happened.
I mean, we were all going after the quarterback, which is what we did. Put pressure on him and try to make him hurry his throw, and we did that. And our secondary was locked down.
Well, a week off, and then you've got district play starting 2 weeks from tonight. So I'm sure you guys will look forward to having a little bit of rest, a short amount, and I'm sure it'll be going back to work. But it is good to go into a 2-week stretch with a big win like this, isn't it?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's our defensive player of the game, Will Davis, the junior at his linebacker position. Again, the Dragons win it by the final score of 31-24. That visit with Will, by the way, brought to you again by Premier Chiropractic.